had been over a month since Pauline Picard was reunited with her family, and everything was peaceful, until something horrifying was found that reopened the whole entire case. A man who was biking near the Picard household came across what appeared to be the dead corpse of a child, along with the skull of an adult man. And worst of all, the clothes that Pauline Picard was wearing the day she disappeared were found folded neatly next to the dead bodies. This sent the village into yet another panic, and it caused the Picard family to wonder if the girl they had living with them was even their daughter. The family eventually concluded that the girl that was living with them was not their daughter, and they returned her back to where she came from. Not knowing where else their daughter could be, the Picard family eventually accepted that the body found near their house most likely belonged to Pauline. Authorities have never been able to track down the murderer, and to this day, nobody knows for sure who the body and the skull in the meadow belongs to. Maybe she's still out there.
Disturbing Santa Claus that you don't want going down your chimney this year. The last one's messed up.
Blood-curdling facts that you wish you never knew, part 21. This photo shows an 8-month-old Xiao Bao who was lucky to be alive because his mother stabbed him 90 times after he bit her while she was breastfeeding him. The world's scariest haunted house, McCamey Manor, requires you to sign a 40-page waiver and undergo a physical and mental evaluation. If you manage to make it through the house, you could win $20,000. But to this day, no one has ever made it through. The little girl who voiced Ducky in The Land Before Time was shot to death by her father, who then committed suicide. Roman Emperor Nero had a boy castrated, dressed him up as a bride, and married him, all because the boy looked similar to his previous dead wife. A 46-year-old man found and attacked a 13-year-old boy because the kid was killing him too many times in a game of Call of Duty.
This is why you should never fall asleep in class. So in 2014, a little boy named James was just in high school. And after coming back from the bathroom, he was really tired, so he fell asleep in class. So this class was full of pranksters, and while he was sleeping in class, they decided to put him in a coffin and bury him alive. So while he was deep in sleep, they picked him up, put him in a coffin, and put him underground. Then they started shoveling dirt over his coffin. They were gonna let him out in 30 minutes, but their whole class forgot. Then 3 years later, he literally dug himself out of the coffin, and he survived from eating dirt and bugs.
You're about to listen to one of the creepiest recordings on the internet. In 2013, a woman who lived alone kept waking up to these loud clicking sounds in her bedroom, so she went out and got an audio recorder and started recording her sleep. For the first month, she doesn't pick up anything other than normal sleeping sounds. And then one morning she gets up and listens to it, and she hears herself sleep talking, and someone talks back. After she uploaded it to the internet, experts confirmed that it was authentic and that she could not have made that voice.
This is why you should always lock your front doors. A kid living with both of his parents decided to watch a movie for their family weekly movie night. He then gets up to use the restroom. As he is in the restroom, he sees all of the power in the house cuts off, and then he hears 2 loud thumps. He locks the bathroom door and hears heavy objects being dragged across the hallway. The kid, freaking out, runs out of the bathroom and runs into the restroom. Once he is inside the room, he locks the door. As he locks the door, he jumps in bed and acts like he's asleep and hopes that this person who is in the house will ignore a child sleeping. He closes his eyes and hears the door creak at the same time. He squints his eyes and sees a man with no eyes dragging the bodies of both of his parents. The man dragging his parents sits his mom's dead body in a chair facing him, and then sets the dad's body on the floor facing up. It was almost like whoever was in the house who killed them wanted him to see it. He then sees the man writing something on the wall and then climbs under his bed. He laid there for hours knowing that if he moved a muscle, he would end up just like his parents. He finally built up enough courage to read the wall, and the writing on the wall said, "I know you're awake."
Real scary food stories. Before our story starts, Joseph had already taken out 10 people. and they were usually people that were homeless or people who did drugs. He would usually take out these people under a bridge with an axe. One time he even taken out a lonely fisherman who was under the bridge and caught him murdering. His full name was Joseph Metheny, and even after killing all those people, he opened up a burger stand. Now that he opened a burger stand, he would put his victims in a meat grinder and use their meat as burgers. Eventually, Joseph got caught and told the police that he would sell pork rolls and human meat mixed together, and nobody could tell the difference. He said, if you season them right, they both taste the same. Kind of makes you wonder what's in the sandwiches you're eating nowadays. Like this video if I should do another part of Scary Story.
Bone-chilling facts you wish you never knew, Part 4. Cannibals find the palm of the hand the tastiest. There is a lake that never gives up the dead. The bottom of the Lake Superior is cold enough that the dead bodies just remain, so they don't become skeletons and they are pretty creepy. In 1975, the CIA had a heart attack gun. It's a weapon that shoots a small poisonous dart which causes a heart attack. It can penetrate clothes and leave nothing but a red dot. Just imagine what they could be hiding now.
This is why the doctor always recommends you listen to your mum. In 2015, a little girl and her mum had moved into a new house after a pretty messy divorce with her dad. They'd only been in the house for a month or so, but the mum started to think that the dad was messing with them. So each morning she woke up, she noticed in the kitchen things were moved around. But every time she asked her daughter would say, no, it's not me, I'd sleep straight through the night. So a few weeks later, the mum sets her alarm for 2 a.m. to try and catch her daughter in the act. She checks the whole house and all's quiet. When she goes into her daughter's room, she sees she's still fast asleep. The mum decides to go back to her bed, but as she leans over to tuck her daughter in, she sees in the mirror something under the bed. She slowly looks under the bed and sees a man sleeping under her daughter's bed. With full composure, she tries to wake her daughter. She says, sweetie, your dad's here to pick you up. But the girl just groans and says, leave me alone, mum. The mum looks over and notices the man moves underneath the bed. She says, get up, your father's here, let's go. They slowly leave the house and once outside they run and call police. When police arrive, they find the man still under the bed. He'd escaped from a lunatic asylum and said, I just like the sound of her sleeping.
This is the scary truth about Scooby-Doo. I know everybody at least watched Scooby-Doo once. And did you ever wonder why none of the characters age at all? It is because all of them are dead, and they are all ghosts. They are actually a group of wandering spirits who travel aimlessly from town to town, exposing fake ghosts and goals along the way. This is why nobody ever pays them, because nobody can see them and they aren't actually there. And the reason that they are always scared when they see another ghost is because they are good spirits and they are trying to catch bad and fake spirits, which honestly terrifies them.